What's going on, Hollywood drag racing, man? This live at Ohio Valley with the Wheeler camp behind me. I wrote down here and see my buddy Deshawn Wheeler. This is the Derby event this wheel, the CC Power Sports event down here at Ohio Valley Raceway, man. I had the luxury of walking down here and see my engine motorcycle builder, Deshawn Wheeler, his brother Courtney Wheeler and son Mika Wheeler. They getting set up today. We gonna be switching the camera, let y'all switch around. They getting set up today to go out here and take on this tough 460 field. You got 3 460 bikes over here, man, and got that beautiful red one over here. Courtney on a small tire. No, Mika done stepped up and rode the old Pro Mod. He said he done hit the Cadillac and he ain't going back. Man, what's going on, D? Man, good morning, man.
Thank you. Good morning.
Well, I can't tell you Happy Mother's Day because you ain't no mama, but tell your wife I said Happy Mother's Day, man.
Sure will.
Hey, man, let's go ahead and roll down through here, man. I ain't seen you, man. What's going on, man? You done this your how many derbies you done put on, Deshawn?
Ooh. Well, probably about. I've probably been involved with coordinating this event probably about maybe 10 or 12 years, probably.
Wow, I didn't know that, man.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
You've been in the game for a while. I mean, I think you and I met in like 2009 or 8, something like that. Yeah, when I was riding Pro Mod and you was doing Pro Mod, or you was on your top gas at that point.
I was top gas at that point. Later on Pro Mod.
Man, yeah, and I remember you rode me and you was riding the bike, man. We had a good time. Then I quit. And then you came back. You the one got me back started with this mess, man.
Hey, I'm gonna stop by the shop and pick you up, man, and I'm gonna get you back together.
And you did that, man.
Right.
Hey, man. So I always want to know. Like, I ask questions like, where does this all start with you, man? You know, with the racing. You know, the whole racing thing. You know, like my dad was a street racer. You know, it kind of took me to the track, got me turned out. So how about your story? How that happens for you, man?
My story. Of course, we all got it from my dad also. He was a racer back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s, and of course, you know, when you were young and you just kind of born into it.
Right.
You know, you got the blood for it, and you just can't wait to sit on that thing and get behind them handlebars and make it do what it do.
I know that's right.
So I started actually at this track. I made my first pass when I was 15 at this track, my local track, Valley Raceway, and man, it's just been kind of just kind of on from there.
Hey, man.
Every year is just progressing.
So is that KZ at the shop, that cow?
Yep.
That you told me that was your dad's race. Yep. That's one y'all don't sell right there.
Oh no. That's one don't go anywhere. He bought it brand new in '76.
He bought it brand new?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he raced it and he won a lot of races back in his day. He's got trophies everywhere. So through the 70s and 80s, you know, that bike's been through a lot. But of course, over the years, it's been through a lot of transformation too. He trained me to ride and race it. I had my fun with it, and then we put my brother on it. He had his fun. Then my son rode it. He had his fun.
So that's three generations.
Generations.
Right. Well, yeah, not really 3 generations. 3 generations, yeah, because you and your brother won, your daddy won, and then Michael won.
Right.
So I mean, so now we got the whole Wheeler camp down here, man. You know, you got the dad here, you here, your brother here. He was almost #1 qualified. To old boy pick his pocket up there.
Almost.
Yeah.
460 racing is tough. I tell anybody, it's no gimme and no. It ain't no slouches, man. It's you know the best racing in my opinion.
And man, you know, and that's the truth, man. So you know, for me, you know, I had a special moment last race you and I was back at.
Right.
And that was you hopping back on the bike and popping, letting go that first. It felt like, man, it was. I know everybody gonna want to ask me, man. So they're gonna ask me why I ain't ask you why. I mean, the emotional side of that experience for me, man, because you like my brother. You know what I'm saying? You my brother from another mother, man. You and I have built a hell of a relationship, friendship.
Right.
And I was there. And I was there and I seen it. I was there when they took you, and it was just a lot of emotions. And then to see you come back and straddle that horse again, man, you know, what was going through your head, man? I mean, how was that process? I mean, because you had how long down?
3 months down, 3 months off of my right foot. You know, down. And like I said, it was a heck of an experience, life-changing experience. You know, people wouldn't understand unless it really happens to them, because you know, when we let that 2-step button go off at starting line, there's no guarantee we're going to make it back to our trailer.
That's correct.
You know, it's just a love for the sport. I mean, that's a gamble that we all take and we take for granted.
Right.
You know, we don't want anything to happen, but you know, sometimes it does.
Right.
You know, and sometimes we, you know, blessed to get beyond it and live to see another day. So for me, it was about getting well to where I can get back on and kind of overcome that.
Right.
And last week at the Man Cup in Valdosta, you know, I was able to do that. So,
you know, and going to Valdosta, you know, that's a 6 hours to Atlanta, and then you got that's about a 10-hour. That's a 10-hour ride. And
10 to 12.
And you got the monster back in the back there, and you thinking about it. I mean, I've been down before too, so I kind of get it. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, do I really want to do this? I didn't have a high speed, I had a low speed, but down is down, and you're gonna figure out why you went. You want to figure out all that process going. So you got 10, 12 hours. You know you got it back there. You on your way. Ain't no turning back at this point, really.
No, not at all.
And when you straddled and I seen you let that button go and I seen you jockey it a little bit, I said, shit, he back. I said, he back. And man, it just felt joyful to me. So, you know, to see that. So for you, what was that experience? You know, when you got down there, the finish line, you done, you know, because you told me that it wasn't the hit that was more in your mind than it was to getting out.
Right. It was the shutdown for me.
Yeah.
So once I overcame that after the first pass, I was like, I think we pretty much good now.
Right,
you know,
right.
Good. So once we got that first one out, we was ready to go.
So, you know, now we got a lot of people trying to get into this sport, man, and I always tell, I can't tell too many people about nobody to do work because I don't get my work done but one place. I mean, have your business taken off a little bit more with the 460 bikes than, I mean, because to me, I tell everybody you are Mr. 460 on the bikes. I mean, no knock to the other people and all that stuff, but because everybody got their style. But for me, you know, I'm stuck at the Wheeler camp. So, you know, how has that been for you with all the event, the 460 class, people getting into it, people wanting these tough pieces? I mean, have you been picked up on business with the 460 bike?
Yeah, I picked up a little bit, but, you know, I'm kind of selective of what I do. And you know the clientele and the bikes that I build.
Right.
You know, just like anything, you know, you can't please everybody, make everybody happy, and you don't want to do work for everybody.
Right.
So you know, if you can kind of keep it to a minimum and keep it limited, then you can give your clients a premium product. So and give them what they pay for.
And you and I talked about that. And one of the things that you and I discussed, because we talk all the time about business and life, and I just flat out told you one day, man, everybody just ain't your customer, man. You know, because it's the same way with my plumbing. It's like everybody just can't be my customer. So at any rate, when that's the case, you know, and then the people who decide to come on and get into that part of that business, you know, when you offer, I mean, what I've gotten is top of the line stuff, man. You know, and that's what I know that they're gonna get. And so I see that a lot of bikes that you build, I mean, is it taking on your identity through them, or do they kind of lead you to where they want to go, or they just tell you to do what you do?
A lot of them just tell me do what I do. So it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So you endeavoring on you doing a pro stock bike for us right now. And you know, so is that one of your first pro stock deals that you've done?
That is the first one. Yeah, that is the first one.
So would you be interested in putting the Wheeler touch on some more pro stockers after you debut this first one?
Happens to come down the pipeline, I'll entertain it.
All right, man, introduce me. Tell me what y'all got over here, and then I want you to say I appreciate the time, man. You know a lot of people been wanting to ask me, you know, talk to Wheeler, see how he doing, and I want to make sure I do it. But show me what y'all got up under here, man. Then I want you to introduce everybody to your brother. That's the second one we got to hit.
Oh yeah.
What we got right there? I seen that's a bad motorcycle right there. But that's about the most beautiful motorcycle. And I don't care. Nobody can't say nothing about not being no more beautiful than this motorcycle right here. I remember you sent me a picture, and it was on the back of the truck. You said, this one gonna be it, boss. Hey, let me get on this. You told me, you said, this one gonna be it, boss. What'd you have in mind when you put that one together? What's the name of that motorcycle? Because you name your bikes.
I call it Kane.
That's Kane.
Yeah, that's Kane right there.
That one right there. What was the idea with Kane?
I just wanted something a little different. You know, I just wanted something, you know, along the semi-pro mod range, but I didn't want the typical pro mod trim. You know, the body, the fairing, and everything. So I just wanted to kind of do the headlight everything on it.
You know, Big Boss said, you know, where the Wheeler boy had to go
that's
get a headlight back because he said, you know, Big Boss gonna have, he gonna say,
I had to take it back, man.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the, you know, kind of the old school deal.
Uh-huh.
That's why I went with that concept right there.
That's a bad motorcycle, brother. I'm talking about it is one of the
Couldn't
cleanest.
ask for a better one, man. I mean, nice and straight, and you know, runs the number. Have no issues with it at all.
Hey, you know, now check this out. I just mentioned Big Boss. Now I'm gonna segue to a conversation. You seen Big Boss suit up yesterday, did you?
I saw him.
Huh?
I saw him. He said we having too much fun out here, so he had to suit up.
Hey man, the Big Boss went out there and ran a 466.
He sure did.
He out qualified me.
Come back.
Hey man, you my partner, man.
Yes, sir, always.
Forever, man. Let me go here and holler at my man Courtney Wheeler. What's going on, Courtney Wheeler? Hey, what's going on there, buddy? Yeah. What you got going on this morning? And man, how I gotta run you today?
I don't know, man.
I guess I gotta do a better job of qualifying. That's what the issue was. That's exactly what the issue. You got that small top
I
bike.
don't apologize now. Sorry.
You gonna apologize now for what?
Putting you on the trailer.
Oh, okay. You gonna help me load up after the winter circle? You gonna have to stay here all day, man. You gonna have to stay here all day with me, man. Hey, man, tell us what you riding over here, Courtney.
Small tar GS. Stock cradle. Just basic, man.
Man, let me roll over here with you a little bit, holler at you a little bit, man. Look here, man. I had your brother out here, man. I put him on the spot, and I tell him, ask him about like, man, how the Wheeler family got all involved with the racing and all that. Come on, because they're gonna be tough. And you know, he said, you know, your dad started it off. All y'all rode that cow. He was first, or dad first. You, Deshawn, then you. Then how many years of difference are you and Deshawn in age?
We 5 years apart.
Oh.
Birthday on the same day.
Y'all born on the exact same day?
November 25th.
At the exact same day.
And we never had a party together.
I'm gonna talk to dad about that, man. He got some good time, him and old mama over there. But hey, Courtney's birthday, Michael's birthday ain't the same day, is it?
No.
Deshawn was out. He missed the beat. He couldn't catch up with that.
Yeah.
But look, so how long? Yeah, so you 5 years different. Y'all 5 years different in age. You and I raced together before. You a hell of a jockey. You know what I'm saying? You was getting, both of us getting acclimated to 460. Now you done seem like you done turned a new leaf with 460 now, boy. What's going on now, Courtney?
Man, my brother said they wanted to do a small tar, and they did it. The guy didn't have a rider, and I was like, well, I got a rider for you, my brother rider. So we've been going ever since, riding a small tar bike.
So, you know, what does it mean to you, man? You know, you out here with dad, brother, nephew. You know, you still doing it. You know, what does it mean, man?
A lot, man. I wouldn't have it no other way.
Yeah.
So with my brother and my nephew, and got my father out here.
Yeah.
Sometimes my mother comes. I love it, man.
How long you been racing now, Courtney?
It's probably been about 15 years.
So you 30?
I'm 40. I'm sorry.
So you been racing about 25 years, cause you started about. Hey, you ain't gonna make me feel. You ain't gonna make me feel like no triple OG over here already.
It's been a long time. Actually, believe it or not, when I was younger, I had no interest in this.
No interest at all.
My brother stayed in the garage. I stayed out playing football, basketball, running around with my kids. I had no interest in riding the bike whatsoever. People kept on, man, ride the bike. I said, all right, I did it. Started out on little 1075, just sliding the clutch and going.
Was that the cow?
Yep.
The same one the dad had bought brand new in '76.
Yep.
Man, that bike done been through y'all hands over there, boy.
1075, my best time was a 602.
Wow.
602.
In this state, that was your dial is.
Yep, and they put the big one on 1327, then I started going 550s. It was on from there.
So how does that is? I mean, your brother, at that time, he was still racing too, though.
Yeah.
He had bought the big tire Kawasaki, the top gas bike at that point, right? So y'all was actually racing, you probably was racing Super Company, he was racing top gas. Is that how it was, a bracket or something like that?
Yep.
And then here,
in between, too slow for one class and too fast for the other.
So you actually used to work, you actually worked at the machine shop as well. What do you do now?
Right now I build semi-trailers.
Okay.
I'm a line lead at Kentucky Trailers. I build semi-trailers right now.
Okay, you've been there for what, about 4 years now?
2 years.
Okay, that's pretty cool. You like it out there?
I love it.
That's good. So sometimes working with family, racing with family, being with family gets a little much, man. You know, you need different perspectives to bring to the table and have a different conversation. That's probably what it is, more than anything. You ever think you'll get back to work at the machine shop? You just kind of comfortable with what you do, really?
I'm comfortable with what I'm doing, but if you ever need help, you can call me.
That's right. That's right. So now, you get the phone. Okay, I'm gonna segue you to a conversation I was just had with him. I was like, you get a phone call because you wasn't at Nashville. When the bike, when your brother goes down, you hear about it. I mean, what's the emotion at that point, bro?
Man, when I got the phone call, my nephew was sort of crying, and I couldn't understand what he was saying, so I had to say, man, calm down, what's going on? So he said his daddy went down on the big end, so I heard him jumped in my car and had to run and get my daddy and them, and we all went to Nashville. Well, I didn't make it because my daddy wanted me to stay to make sure I go to work the next day. Like, hell, I'm not worried about work, but
yeah,
he made me stay. So they went to Nashville and seen what was going on, and had to stay there for a day. We made it on back.
And then I know that's gut wrenching right there, man. You don't know how. Yes. This is the captain right here. He the captain of the racing part of it at this point. He kind of the one got all us running. I mean, I know it's a ton of emotions that have to be going, and then you finally hear him, and he's good. Now you wondering, okay, can he ride some more? I know that got to be the next thing. He is going.
The main thing I wasn't worried about him riding again. It was just focusing on his business. Business still got to go on.
Exactly.
So, like, man, so now I'm gonna have to step up, come in that shop and help him out, keep the business going.
And that's what y'all did. Everybody saddled up and he kept moving because I mean, he said he actually had to sit down a little bit, but y'all stepped up, helped made everything happen, man. Right. So now we segue, we go to Valdosta. You didn't come to Valdosta to race.
I couldn't get off of work.
But now he about to go do this again, man.
I know he was gonna be all right. I was still a little shaky, but I believed in him. He was gonna make it down through there.
And then when you get the call, he back.
Yeah, I was watching it on the internet. Hollywood Drag Race.
Oh man, you was watching the man.
Yes,
and then man, he took that thing down there, and I almost brought tears to my eyes. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, cause I know what he was trying to get back through. But as a family member, I know that it had to be extra special, to see that. Now y'all back second race after that, and he's jockeying the motorcycle beautifully, man. So y'all back, man, and y'all at the top. Y'all at the top of the ladder too, boss.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, congratulations on doing that. Thank you for the interview. Where nephew at, man? Give me a ride on here. Let me talk to old nephew. Nephew done stepped up on another bike, man. I think y'all done got a hired gun now, man. What's going on, man? Do you settle on any motorcycle, or do you just ride when they throw up under you, man? Talk.
I just got a pallet, whatever they throw up under me.
Hey, man, introduce yourself, man.
I'm Mika Wheeler Jr., son of Deshawn Wheeler, and just trying to follow in his footsteps and try to expand everything the best I can do.
Hey, look here, man. I'll talk to the daddy. Talk to the uncle. Now I'm talking to you, man. And I want to know for you your first memories of drag racing, like when you really just got, when you identified as a youngster, like, man, this is fun, man.
When I was first able to starting them up with the starter cart, I was like, man, I love this. This is fun. And I was actually starting to get hands on with a little stuff here and there. That's when I just grasped onto it. Because at first I used to be scared of them. And every time my dad would crank one up in the shop, I'd just take off running. I actually used to be scared of them, but my granddad kind of got me out of that thanks to him. And after that, man, I've just been hooked on them. I couldn't wait to ride them. And my senior year, they finally threw me on the old small tar that everybody done started out on and ran on. And man, I've just been bit ever since.
Hey, man, so it started with granddaddy.
Yeah.
So your granddaddy, your daddy, Courtney, and then you.
Me, yes, sir.
So the bike that all y'all get broke in on was a 76 cow.
Yes, sir. We bought it brand new back in 76.
When did you first get to ride that motorcycle?
2017, my senior year, I was able to actually ride it 2 weeks before this race, actually.
Oh, man, you rode in this race. It's top gas.
Yep, yes, sir.
The transmission or something had messed up.
My nitrous driver on my box messed up.
Yeah.
I went to go arm it. It just took off.
I remember that. I
was the first one to lay it down. All of us.
Oh, you laid that bike down
Yeah,
at the top.
at the
starting line. Yeah, it was something weird.
One,
Yeah.
I was the first one to lay it down. I just felt bad after that.
Man, how did that work out in the household? They talk mess with you?
Man, you the first one. I said, yeah, I am. I can't control it, but we got it all good, put a new Firestorm on it, and we just came back out. I came out swinging. I think later on that year, I finally won my first race on it. And the following year, I won another race, running up, won a race, and finished second behind Joe Deck in the championship.
Wow.
I won a round. I think it was like 5 points. So
wow.
I had some good luck with that bike, and I can't wait to get it back out. So
you've been riding now. That's like so 17. That's 5 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you done transgressed from ET. That bike used to run 810, 510 bike, right? The cow, 820, 510 bike in the 8. And now you don't. Now you done just. I'm just sitting here thinking like, okay, you do run 460 with us, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. With the big boys, I got thrown out there with the wolves, and man, I will say it's tough. It's real tough, but it just makes me a better rider each time I go out. I learn something new, and I know what I can, work on to try to make that next round. You guys have taught me a lot. So I
mean, but I think that with 5 years and you in a seat like this, I mean, you can't do nothing but go up from here. I mean, you like my son, and y'all are big bone, y'all big guys. So, but the good thing about 460, it don't care nothing about that. Because you run forward, you was dead on zero. You let them last weekend at Man Cup. So that's for all y'all guys at home, man. Michael, he's 6 feet. He about 6'1", 6'2".
Yep, 6'1".
Yeah, so he ain't no little guy, but he ain't no big guy. He
250,
just 250, but he dead on 460 solid. And what do you do now for a living, Micah?
I work with my dad back at the machine shop. And I'm a firefighter too.
What's your house? You got called. Shout out your house, man. Shout out your firehouse, your captain, and all that.
Station 4. Those are my guys. I love those guys. Can't wait to get back with them next week.
Yeah. So how does that feel, man? Now you're EMS. You certified EMS?
Not yet. Just about.
You got to finish. You have to be finishing EMS.
Finally.
Right. And now you firefighter. So now we're together, you and I, and we're in Nashville. And we hear the bike sliding. That's all we hear. And we know what bike it is because it was only one.
Yeah.
And me and you rushed down there. And
I seen my dad go down twice. That was the second time I've seen him go down twice. One time was when he flipped our grudge bike a while back. And, he shook that off and he was back racing the following weekend. But that time when I seen him on that ground and I heard everything going on in the shutdown area, I just knew he was, that was a good when they got to him, and it kind of messed me up a little bit, and I had to step up in a big place to keep the shop running and everything while he laid back and healed up, and it was just an eye-opener for all of us, really. A huge eye-opener.
What did you take from it, though?
If you don't feel comfortable, just don't do it at all. That's really what I took from it, and never take anything for granted, because, I never thought I'd see him go down like that again, and, there it went. So you just can never take nothing for granted. You got to keep second guessing stuff. Just leave it alone. Just trust your gut feeling. Really.
First mind. The first mind is legit, man. It's legit. People sometimes say tell me that man, why you make these crazy decisions? I was like, man, just be my first mind, man. My instinct to pop in and say take a left or take a right, and I just do it, and I don't care what nobody say about it. You know what I'm saying? I the one got to deal with the situation.
That's how he was. It was just me and him, really. My mom, she helped out. My uncle, he helped out. My grandma and my granddad, they helped out.
Yeah, the family y'all family going. Yeah.
It was just, it was rough.
Just a family.
Family affair. It was rough for the first 6 months, with trying to get him back on his feet. And when he made that first pass last weekend, man, it was I was just so excited to see him back on there, because that's all he talked about. Was he just wanted to make that first pass, get that grilling out the way, and that's what he did. And he made it down to the last 6 bikes, and I was just happy for him.
And we were there again together. Yeah. We were standing there again together.
And I think he felt more excited than I was about it. It was.
I was, man. Because as a friend, and now and then like family to you all, and you and your dad is like, I wouldn't want that to nobody. But then when it hits home, it's just a little different emotion. And I knew, and you knew, that he had to do it.
Oh yeah, he had to. I wasn't gonna let him just not retire. I told him, I was like, man, we gotta get your mojo back, and that's what we did.
And now with the way it is now, you know, he's back. He can do it. He can win. And at any point, if he decide he wanted to be like, okay, I had enough, it's no big deal now because you know that it was, you know, you finished with getting that out your system. Now check this out. I was just sitting here thinking because we was talking about him, but how about Big Boss done strapped up yesterday, man?
Big Boss shocked me yesterday. I said, Big Boss is out. What? That's what you get when you come to the Derby race. You gonna see some crowd pleasers.
Yeah.
He's one of them, and he's doing real good, like real good. I think he hasn't rode that bike in a year, 2 years.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and he hopped on it and looked like a pro. He went from 81 to a 66. His first time ever on a bike, I think he was 020.
So. 020 with a 66. He wasn't slipping though either.
Not at all. So I gotta watch out for him this week.
You gotta run him too? No, you got.
I hope not. I got my dad first.
Oh, that's y'all second race where y'all running each other, man.
Last weekend I had him second round and had to get backed off for some mechanical issues. So now this weekend, hopefully, Big Boy can take me on out.
Well, y'all look with him. Micah done strapped up another one now. He on another. This is a Timberland too, right?
Yeah, Timberland.
This is the pro mod. They done stuck. Let me let y'all see the body so when y'all go up there and see Micah up there, you'll know what we talking about. This the bike he riding. This the Wheeler Machine and Fabrication Pro Mod bike. They done just laid back a little bit and put in 460. You said, boy, you turned out now for real, aren't you?
Man, he always said this bike is smooth when you ride it. You're never gonna want to ride another one. And man, this Timberland chassis is just sweet. It's just nice, smooth, it's straight. I love it. I love everything about this thing. I really love this bike.
Well, man, look here, Michael, man. I got to talk to the whole family except for Dad. Dad back there chilling, but I'm gonna let them chill out a little bit.
Make sure y'all tune in to HollywoodDragRacing.com to watch his race this week.
All right, that's what's up.
Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, look here, man. I'm over here to talk to my man Micah. I had the whole Wheeler family interview, man. It's family to me. Love these guys. If it wasn't for Deshawn, I keep telling y'all I wouldn't even be back here, period. Y'all think I'm making it up. He said he told you out his own mouth. He literally came to my shop and said, pull that bike out, boss. We finna go back racing. And that's how I got back in, thanks to him. Now we got TV there at HollywoodDragRacing.com. Now we got y'all been had 460 because he probably introduced me to 460. But now we have a real thing going, and I love it. And I'm going to continue to drive and try to push us forward as far as I can. And as long as I got this man behind me in my corner, I know I'm going to go far, and I know these guys are going to go far too. Tune in to TV.HollywoodDragRacing.com for more drag racing entertainment at its finest. I'll let you later.